Chosen vessels, what's the deal? Let's get straight into this video. Remain unbothered by those who want to see you sweat, purposely aggravating you and causing trouble by being petty. There's a lot of pettiness going around today, and me personally, I'm going to choose to be unbothered by it. The more you choose to evolve and the more you choose to elevate, there are people who choose to stay the same and continue on with their negativity. A lot of people want to play a game with you to where they can see just how long before you snap. And the game that they're playing with you is one that they're not going to win. It's going to be one that they lose. Anyone playing with you is going to lose because you aren't going to play the game the way they want you to. When they come at you, it's going to be something that you have to not put too much into. Like, I'm talking about even when you're dealing with it mentally, it's something going on out here where people have lost their ever-loving mind. And crazy people can make a sane person go insane. And if you're not crazy, I wouldn't go crazy with them if I were you. Crazy people have a way of bothering you and making you feel the same. And when I say crazy, I don't mean crazy like they can't function. They're somewhat functional. They can function enough to try to get on your nerves, and they can function enough to be annoying. They can function enough to be a pest on purpose. All right, so remain unbothered. That's the name of the game, is remaining unbothered. People who try to test you are playing with your patience. And on top of already having patience for things as it is, there are people who will play with others like you have time for that. People are really lucky. There are good people out here that just don't act out off every little thing. And I mean violently, because sometimes you want to just put your hands on somebody and just drag them across the room for the type of person that they're being. Sometimes people who choose to act a certain way, it's like, I know how to deal with you. I know exactly what I want to do to you, but it's better that you don't do it. It's better that you don't even lay hands on some of these people or touch some of these people, because you may not end up being able to get your hands off of them, depending on how you're feeling. And some people, they are just dangerous. They're dangerous for you, not to you. They're dangerous for you. Some people, if they come around you, it could be a dangerous situation for you because of you not being able to control yourself after you officially start going in on this person and putting hands, feet, elbows, hands, shoulders, knees, and toes on them. Because some people, they truly deserve. Some people truly deserve that beat down. That beat down. Some people really deserve a beat down. So some people, it's like you just wanna clock them upside the head for the type of person that they are, and they just go about their life lackadaisical, unbothered. So why shouldn't we? If you can bother me and be unbothered by trying to, and try to get on my nerves, I'm not going to let you being unbothered bother me. I'm not going to let you being a fool bother me, because that's something that would just cause a further problem for myself. So I'm not into causing further problems for myself. If I'm already in a funk, if I'm already in a bad mood or a bad attitude, and that's always something that amazed me, is that people who can bother me and get on my nerves can just go about their day in a calm, relaxed state and not be upset and not be bothered. And it's like if they hate themselves, and if they're in a jacked up situation and their life look like it's falling apart, their life look like it's lifeless, their life ain't lifing, all right, their life is looking like it's not lifing. Any intelligent signs of life? No. You're looking for this person to be upset or angry like yourself, but they're not. And this person will be calm and peaceful and be able to go about their day all while pissing you off and causing you to be upset. So, one thing I can take from the people who want me to be bothered is to remain unbothered, because they're trying to bother you, but they're not upset, they're not pissed off, they're not mad or angry about anything. So, the best thing for you to do is not get pissed off, not get upset, and not get angry about anything either. Are especially when you have people who are behaving in a way that you should just shove the living daylights out of them and push them or something, because they want to just be in the way. All right, there's one thing that bothers everybody that people don't like, and it's like when people go to do that, or when people just go to do something that you don't like, period. It's something that can really make you upset. So if they cannot be upset while they're doing it, why should you even get upset? Allow their unbotheredness to transfer into you. That's alchemy. That's transmutating energy. When people go to get us upset and bother us, do they look mad? No. They calmly go about their way of being an a-hole. Calmly. They calmly go about their way of being an a-hole. And the one thing that I like to avoid people and stay to myself is because a lot of people just don't understand that sooner or later, if they keep bothering you, you're really going to let them have it. All right. So sometimes you're just in a situation around people to where these spirits are so deeply tapped into their demonicism that they want to try to penetrate your force field of happiness and try to make your life even more bad than it is. But I'm not letting anyone make my life more bad than it is. I'm actually going to look for the good and see the positive side of things, no matter how difficult that may be. You don't let people upset you or bother you or let them get to you the way they want, because the one thing that stands is when these people go to bother you and try to mess with you, they are what? Calm, cool, and relaxed. And if you can keep your mind on that, that will really help you out a lot, because the more calm you can stay and the more relaxed you can stay, you're not going to be getting upset, and you're going to be able to bring your mind back to its peaceful state. And that's really what it boils down to for someone like myself. When people are purposely trying to aggravate me, and I know I have to work on my anger, I know I have to be slow to anger. One thing that can help me be slow to anger is by just using the energy that I have and working with it, not allowing myself to get upset by taking that upset feeling and regenerating it, turning it into a feeling of peace, because I'm not going to allow this person to take me to a place where I don't want to go. You're not going to get me upset if I don't want to be upset, and if I don't want to be upset, I'm not going to get upset, and that's just what it is. People all day are going to be trying you, especially when they see you don't want to be bothered, when they see you don't want to be tried. These are times where your patience is going to be most important, when you don't feel like dealing with people, or when you don't feel like having people in your face, or when you don't feel like being tried by people, because life is always happening and people are always trying people. People who are a-holes aren't going to stop being a-holes. So you have to work you have to work your way around yourself and your own anger and your own mind at that point. People are going to be who they are, but people aren't strong enough to do things to affect you how you feel on the inside. There's no power outside of yourself that's greater than the power that's inside of yourself. All right, so that's one thing I'm picking up from them, is that when they're bothering us and when they're trying to do things to get on your nerves, they are calm, they're cool, they're collected, they're not letting things get to them, they're not letting things bother them, they're remaining in a peaceful state. So if they can bother me and not be upset, why should I be upset because they're trying to bother me? It seems like more of a me thing than a they thing or a them thing. But the thing is, people will push your buttons. They try to play off of the type of person that you are. So if you're more of a peaceful person than an angry person, then people shouldn't be able to push your buttons like that. If you're more of a peaceful person, it's going to be a lot harder for people to try to get to you and get underneath your skin than if you were someone that just got angry at every time the wind blew, or get angry every time something good doesn't go your way. And it's frustrating when things don't go our way and we have to deal with people that are frustrating and that are purposely trying to do things to annoy you. And it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of brain power to not be upset by certain people, especially when you want to cause them harm, because you can tell when somebody's demonically possessed and when the devil is after them, or when the devil is possessing them because of how they're acting. All right, it's real easy to tell when somebody's demonically possessed. So we have to start chalking it up as that. People who want attention, people who are demonically possessed, people who are inhabited by demonic spirits, getting upset over them is a waste of time. It's something that's not going to benefit you. And that's what you got to understand. You got to understand that these spirits aren't going anywhere fast. And you have to understand that their main objective is to bring down everybody that they see is uplifted, everybody that they see that's doing better than them, everybody that they see is positive. They've brought their life down to dog stuff. They've brought their life down to nothing. They've turned themselves into nothing. And when they see someone with a hope, when they see someone that's trying, when they see someone that's striving to become something and turn themselves into someone, they got a problem with it because they see what they're not. They see the shell of themselves just sitting there, just wallowing. They see themselves stewing in their own negative activity and their own BS. And they want everybody else to be involved with it. They got problems. They want you to have a problem with it. But the thing is, we're not going to have problems because other people have problems. We're not going to get into problems because other people have problems, and we're not putting our hands on anybody and getting ourselves in trouble because people want to act like they ain't got no ain't got no sense. All right. The worst thing you could do is get yourself into trouble over a vagabond, over someone that doesn't even exist. So if they can calmly affect you in a way that makes you uncalm, pissed off, and upset, you have to take on that calm spirit that you see them in instead of the angry spirit that you really want to be taken over by. Because I know you want to get upset, I know you want to get angry, I know you possibly even want to put hands, feet, shoulders, knees, and toes on some of these individuals, but it's not worth it because you have the power, not them. If you react in any kind of way, they have the power because you are giving in to whatever little strength they have instead of giving into the strength that you have. If you give in to the strength of others, you're mentally weak. If you don't give in and you find the strength within yourself, you're mentally strong. So it's best to look within yourself and find the strength within you and be mentally strong versus dealing with someone in a way where you're at a disadvantage, where they have control over you with everything that they do, everything that they say. That's hell. That's hell to live in a reality to where other people are able to control you by the way that they choose to live their life and by the person that they choose to be. I'm not going to be controlled by anyone, especially because somebody wants to be a certain type of person. You know, we give people control over ourselves by how we choose to react to them and the things that they do. Even when people are upsetting, even when people are frustrating, even when people are aggravating, you're still giving in, and they're having access to your emotional gamepad. All right, so you don't want to get to a place to where other people have the power over you, to where it's like you feel powerless. Whatever they do, it can easily get to you. You don't want to be in that type of mind state. because what that's going to do is that's going to put you in a place where you're beneath people. That's going to put you in a place to where people have rulership over you, your mind, how you choose to be as a person, and that is one of the worst situations you can be in. All right, that person pretty much has you on spiritual lockdown. When people can control your how you act and can control your thoughts and how you behave, they have you on what I like to call spiritual lockdown. It's like they have you trapped within yourself and your own mind. You're unable to find peace. You're unable to live your life the way you want to, which is without having any issues or any problems. And by basically how you choose to resolve conflicts. All right, you can resolve conflicts and save yourself from a lot of issues, from a lot of problems, but it's really more dealing with yourself than it is dealing with other people. When you can deal with yourself and you can find a way to bring yourself back to the attitude that you had before you were dealing with this person, that is going to be a win for you. That's going to be something that allows you to focus more on yourself instead of what other people are doing. It's real easy to focus on what the devil is trying to do. All right, that's what people like to do. People like to focus on what's happening to them instead of focus on what they could do to change it. I like to personally focus on what I could do to change it, and what I could do to change a negative situation is to focus on myself and bring myself back to the awareness that I'm God, that these people don't have control over me. These people don't have power over me, even if they try to get on my nerves, even if they do things I can't control. I still have control over myself. I still have power over myself. So at the end of the day, it's up to me to make a decision and to choose wisely to be a better person and take the high road. That's really what it's all about, being a better person, taking the high road. When you have people that are losers, when you have people that aren't going anywhere, when you have people that are destroying themselves, people that hate their lives, people that aren't taking time to do things that put them in a place to where they want to be versus one where they don't, and they want to take it out on others, it's best that you leave those people alone because they're already destroying themselves. All right, they are already destroying themselves. People's lives that suck, people that aren't going anywhere, people that aren't doing anything, they are destroying themselves, and you don't want to be in that mix along with them when you don't have to be. So let people destroy themselves. Let them tear themselves up limb from limb. The things that they do to you, God is going to punish them for it. And a lot of people, what you'll realize is that they're already punishing themselves. A lot of people are already screwing themselves. A lot of people have already put themselves in a bad predicament. They already dug a hole for themselves, and they want to see if somebody else is willing to jump right in or fall right in. And if you see somebody going into the depths of hell, about to fall into the pits of hell, are you going to allow them to trick you to fall in that pit right with them? And I suggest you not to, because when people act a fool and they're doing things to try to get on your nerves on purpose, it's best for you to let that go. The easier it is for you to let that go, the easier it's going to be for you to grow. When people do things that I don't like, that get on my nerves and piss me off, I let it go because I know if I hold on to it, all it's going to do is make me more upset. It's like holding on to a stove when it's hot. If you're burning your hand and the stove is hot, take your hand off the stove because it's burning the crap out of you. When people are getting on your nerves and doing things to purposely upset you, let it go and move on to something else, because you can't change their behavior. You cannot change who they are as a person and how they choose to be. All right, there are plenty of people out here that like to behave that way, but the thing about it is you can't let them win. If you let them win, that means that you're going to be in a position to where that person can say, that person can do, that person can behave in a way where they're going to be able to push your buttons. They're going to be a king over you. Whatever they do, you're going to get upset. You're going to get mad. You're going to be thinking about this person. They're going to be in your head. You're going to be at home trying to relax, trying to have peace. And what this person did, what they said, the type of person that they are, is going to be beating you down. And that's what also is called psychic vampirism. People are psychic vampires, and they like to influence you in a way where you're thinking about them and they're on your mind because they're obsessed with you. So when these people are obsessed with you and you're paying them no mind, they do things to make you mad. to get you focused on them and take your mind off of the things that are good for you. All right, so when people are bad people and they do things to make you react and they do things to make you want to slap them upside the head, it's best for you to keep your mind on the type of person that you want to be versus the type of person that they're trying to make you. If you can focus on the type of person that you want to be versus what they're trying to make you, you're keeping your energy with you. You're not putting your energy onto this person or bringing this person back into your life by focusing on them and thinking about what they did. Thinking about what they did is not going to help. Thinking about the type of person they are, not going to help. What they did is not going to change. That's in the past. The type of person that they are, that's who they choose to be. That's a personal thing. Unless they choose to change that, that has nothing to do with you either. So if you are going to focus on the wrong things, then you deserve to be upset and you deserve to be angry and you deserve to be controlled by other people. But if you choose to focus on the right things, you deserve to have whatever you choose to focus on, and you choose to put your mind on what you want. And that's more beneficial to you. That's more positive for you. It's all about being positive in these days and times, because you have a lot of people who are negative and they're throwing their life away. And when they see people who aren't throwing their life away, it's like they're at war. If you are saving yourself, if you're preserving yourself, if you're not allowing yourself to be destroyed or fall to the wayside, then a lot of people are going to be at war with you because you're not making the same choices. There's plenty of people out here that are making negative choices and they're all on board with each other. And then when you get around them and you're not making negative choices along with them, what that's going to do is that's going to breed jealousy. We're throwing our life away and you're not. We're destroying ourselves and you're not. If you're not going to be on team, I don't give a and destroy your life with everybody else that is, it's going to be people looking at you crazy, and it's going to be people who are looking at you sideways and having a problem with you because you're not choosing to willingly throw your life away. And if you don't want to throw your life away, they're not going to really want to be too kind to you because you're not on team. I'm throwing my life away because I'm giving up. There's plenty of people out here who are all on one accord, and it's called demon time. People who have given up in some form or fashion of life, whether they've given up on themselves, whether they've given up on the idea that they could be a good person, or whether they've just given up in general and they don't they don't care about much or don't care about anything. But whatever it is, if they've given up, that's their business. But you don't let them bring you down or make you feel some type of way because you didn't. Best thing you can do is continue to be the type of person that you are, regardless of who they are, because the type of person that they are, they're someone, if they don't care, then whoever is around them, they're not going to care either. And people will bring themselves down and not mind bringing other people down while they're around them. It's like if I'm throwing my life away, I'm going to see if I could get some other people to throw their life away too, so I don't have to be by myself in the trash can after throwing my life away. You know, Oscar the Grouch, he was all by himself, but I guarantee you if he had some other people to be around him, he'd probably be a little less angrier because it'd be somebody else down in the dumps just like him. And that's what they want. They want you down in the dumps. But guess what? They try to take a dump on you and try to get you to be down in the dumps with them. Don't let them do it. And it's all about how you can choose to control your mind and all about how you choose to use your energy. People are going to try to bring like a jacked up feeling into your life. They're going to want you to feel bad once they see that you're not struggling, or once they see that you're just making it, or once they see that good things are happening for you and they don't see any of that going on for them. They're going to it's going to make them act a certain way. And when they start to act out, that could be very frustrating for a person because it's like, I'm not bothering you. I'm not doing anything to you. I just want to live my life. I just want to be left alone. I'm not a bad person, but unfortunately, things don't work like that. People who choose to do good and people who choose to do what they're supposed to do or do things that are going to work out for them, they end up getting a lot of hate from people because there are those that aren't doing anything, and it's like they either see your gift, they either see your glow, they either see your shine, they either see the fruits of your labor, and they're mad that their fruits aren't growing, but they're not planting any seeds. They're not watering any seeds. They're not preparing themselves for harvest time. They're just wondering why they're not producing. And the reason why they're not producing is because they're not productive. If you choose not to be a productive person, then it's not going to be much that you are able to produce. So keep being a productive person. If they get jealous over you because of that and they choose to try to do things to get you to react on purpose, continue to focus on the type of person that you want to be. And always remember that when they try to bother you and get upset, they're never upset. They're always calm, cool, and collect. So their allow their calmness to inspire you into staying a peaceful person yourself, because you'll notice that these people will calmly do things to upset you and bother you, and you'll be the one upset while they're the one walking away peaceful and calm and have stolen your energy. And I know you don't want that to happen. So remain a peaceful person and stay calm, and don't let those who try to bother you in a negative way affect you, because if they do, there's always something you could do about it, and that's work on yourself and allow them to keep their negative energy to themselves, because if you don't let it to transfer into you, it won't. But if you choose to get upset and be bothered by them instead of remaining unbothered, it will. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace. We out.